Going live, going live, going on a drive. What's going live? Hey up, guess what? We're going for a drive. That's what's on. Going for a drive, so we are. I'm going through Manchester. It's going to go through Manchester, but we're miles away from Manchester at the moment, kid. So we're going in Manchester in a bit. But first off, we're going through Thameside, which is near Manchester. And stuff, innit? Camera says it's frosty. Not camera, the temperature gauge says it's 3 degrees centigrade and chance of frost. And you look on the ground, they've gritted. So they must think there's a lot of frost around here coming. But where we're going, we don't need frost. We're to Manchester. Not following the Asda van. No, we're going to Manchester. I thought it was going very slow, that van there. I thought he's going very slowly, but there's a queue, which is why. Hello, hello. I can't really look at the screen, Manchester. Can't look at the screen too much due to the fact that obviously I'm driving. So if other people come on, feel free to have a chat amongst yourselves. If I get a chance to have a quick look when I'm stuck at traffic lights, I will have a quick look. Other than that, you're on your own. I do need to straighten the camera though, it's at a funny angle. It's a funny angle, like the camera, it's a funny angle, isn't it? It's a funny angle. What's that angle? Camera's like that, it's at the wrong angle, that isn't it? So I'm currently driving towards Ashton-under-Lyne, which is in Thameside, which is on the very much outskirts of Manchester, although it's not Greater Manchester, it is Thameside. Oh, I've got some lights there that are on red, lad. Alright, kid, got some lights on red, kid. Oh, they're changing, they're not on red anymore, kid. The other ones will be on green by the time I get there as well, I would have thought. Going for it, and he went for it. Fair play. It's good you're not a speeder, I'd have hit him. So there does seem to be it's like glistening on the road. It feels like it's quite windy as well, so I don't quite understand where the frost is coming from when it's windy, because you don't normally get a frost when it's windy. You could get a David Jason, a touch of frost. Right. On our right was Stamford Park. So we go up this hill. Nice pub with pretty lights outside it. I said nice pub, I've been in it, it's not a nice pub. Actually, that was like 30 years ago, it might be a nice pub now, I don't know. So right there, yeah, we're doing a drive, like from Manchester to Liverpool, innit? I'm gonna be like the Liverpool bit. Or the Manchester bit. Normally I go on the ring road, which is the M60. I thought today, since it's a bit earlier than normal, it's only 9:30, we'd attempt to drive through Manchester. along the Mancunian Way, which currently is being redeveloped, so that could be interesting, looking at the roadworks there, and driving along Regent's Road as well, which also could be interesting, and then coming on the motorways on the backside, and then ending up going up the M6 towards Wigan. So that is the plan. If any of this actually comes off or not, I'm not exactly sure. As soon as I stop at a set of traffic lights, I will reset the camera angle. I think these lights stay on red for a very, very, very long time, so it should be alright here. Got Asda there on the left. One of the first big Asda's I ever went to. It's built of brick. It's a very substantial building, unlike the ones which are more common, which are the white ones. It's nearly Xmas. I might be streaming games later. It is nearly Xmas. There will be idiots around. I've already had an idiot today when I was driving here. Actually, it was the end of my street. It's a 2-lane street. There's a bus coming up it. The bus stops at a bus stop. The car decides to pull out and overtake the bus in the opposite direction to me when I'm coming and I'm level with the bus. And I'm like, seriously, mate? I think I did a hand gesture I'm quite proud of. I couldn't possibly say what the hand gesture was. But let's just say that guy was definitely a KJ. 100% KJ. Oh. I'm not doing black ups because I've not brought it back with me, to be fair. So that's not happening. It's very bright, isn't it? Good God, that's bright. Right. I was actually in the wrong lane. Well, I was in the wrong lane. I'm normally in the right-hand lane. Today I'm in the left-hand lane. Well, now in the middle lane, which will become the left-hand lane. So we turn right and then left, and then we carry straight on the road where I normally turn right. Oh, look at him, cheeky. That's bad driver number one, the white car. Undertook us all and then pulled out in front of the car in front of me, although to be fair there was a gap, but still it was a bit cheeky. And now he's stuck behind another car anyway, so it didn't actually get him anywhere. So that's the first KJ for this drive so far. As I've said many times before, I'm not the best driver. I do make mistakes every now and then. So that car thought he was going to pull out and then decided against it. Now he's pulling out. So we now go into 40-mile-an-hour speed limits. In. He's still doing 30, so I can't undertake him. Oh, traffic lights, taxi buggers off. Okay, KJ got away with it. He's actually escaped. He's got through the next set of traffic lights as well. A little bit crossed by that. The road markings in front of us, quick lesson. What are they there for? They're there so that you don't block it. You can actually park in them as long as your exit is clear. So if we were turning right here and the right hand road that I was turning into was clear, I would be able to stop in them with my indicator flashing. However, if the exit is unclear, i.e. full of cars, then I'm not allowed in it. Sadly, most people think you're not allowed in it full stop, and it completely messes up when you go to junctions. Oh, looks like we're catching up with KJ. Looks like he didn't make it through the third set of traffic lights. What a shame. Yep, there he is on the right. So I'm actually going to be level with him. Well, that was a waste of time, wasn't it, KJ? Oh look, and the lights are on green now. again, I believe there's a McDonald's around here, but I'm not exactly sure where it is. I'm going to put the heater on a little bit because we seem to be misting up a little bit. It may well mean snip, but I couldn't possibly comment. I do not use foul language on my channel. Hi Josh. Didn't see what you wrote, but hello. Right, so normally I've turned off by now, and then other times I've gone right where this car is braking in the front. I've turned right there before, but this time we are going straight on, which adds a bit of interest to the proceedings. There used to be a massive jam factory that made jam, oddly, and it was Robertson's, and they also made whatchamacallit as well, marmalade, and they had a rather large factory, and on the side of it was their mascot, who nowadays they were not allowed to have on anymore because it isn't politically correct. So over the bridge, which I think is over the canal, it is indeed. Around the corner. One of my mates used to work at this hotel on the right, although I think it's shut down now. Oh, there we go, traffic lights on red. Oh no, it's the insurance company now or something, I don't know. Oh, there's a nice tree over there. Right, someone type bump or something. So don't type bump, I'll do that. I want to join your stream. So we're off away again. It's actually quite a wide road considering how old it is. As in, it was built in Victorian times, and as we all know, Victorians, well, they were a breed amongst their own, certainly of a time of their own anyway. There's also a church on the right here, which has got an amazing steeple, which is just basically a brick wall that goes up to the middle of nowhere, but you won't be able to see it because it's too dark. It's actually on the right now. I've no idea where the speed camera's on, although I would speed anyway. I'm just playing it super cautious, much to the annoyance of the cars behind me. They're probably calling me a KJ. Right, I think this is Denton we're coming into. Used to have a game here, which I never understood why, because it's basically 2 rows of shops on the outskirts of Manchester. We're now in Greater Manchester. I think that might still be in Thameside, I'm not sure. Right, am I in the right lane here? I do now, yes, we're in the right lane, that's good. So this is, I think it is Denton. Nothing says where we are. Sometimes the shops say on it such a thing of, and then very proudly say where they are. Morrison's is very Christmas-ified. Lidl not so much. McDonald's on the right, it's not one I've ever been to. Chat hidden, why is the chat hidden? I don't want to hide the chat. Oh, God's sake. Old chat, there we go. was a big fire around here a while ago. Oh, okay. We decided we're going to indicate and turn left. Are we? Okay, even though there's absolutely nothing to turn left into. So this is what they call Ashton Old Road. No, this is Ashton New Road. Or is this Old Road? Don't know. But either way, it's very pretty. I had a wee dream once as well that for some bizarre reason I was running around this part of town. Bear in mind, I've never got out of a car, never walked around here. But I was running around this part of Manchester, completely naked, but no one seemed to notice or mind. But I knew I was naked, and I thought it a bit weird. And I've no idea what the dream was about. I just remember it being in this part of Manchester. It was very strange and very surreal. Not very pleasant for anyone watching, I suppose. Not that anyone does watch dreams, thank God. Those dreams are all weird. Your fruit and veg and everything comes from the left. You can't see it, but that's where all the markets are, where all the market stalls get the fruit and veg from. We're now definitely in Manchester. You can tell by all the red dots in front of me, that's where all the cranes are. There's a bazillion cranes at the moment, building a bazillion tower blocks. Speed limit is 30, I'm doing 30. No, this is Ashton New Road. Right, I've decided. Oh, someone's impatient, aren't they? Yo, brother, calm it. Right, so we're nearly at the Mancunian Way now. We've got some weird flashing lights ahead of us. I don't know what they are. Building the car fire because it does look. Oh, there you go. The flashing lights. We still don't know what it is. It doesn't seem to be going very quick. Whatever it was, it is. Oh, it's one of the paramedic ambulances. There's another set of traffic lights. There's absolutely no point rushing. All these cars that were flashing cars to get past and everything, they're still at the same set of traffic lights as we are. What's your rush, man? Calm it. Can't really see the buildings around here because obviously it's dark, but a lot of them I do not recognise. But I've not been this way for quite a long while. In fact, there's a lot of houses and apartments on the right which you can't see. Look at, I don't think it's picking up them dots, but there's loads and loads and loads of red dots in front of us, and they are cranes. I don't mean cranes that you draw with, I mean cranes that, you know, build things. It'd be a bit rubbish, well, it'd be pretty cool if, imagine Smiggle selling them. Cranes that are that big that they have to have a red light on top of them. I don't think this is where the big fire was. Yeah, because there's no building there now at all, it's completely gone. It was Wangs. Oh, I nearly fell for the trap of the checkered floor then. That's a pretty substantial building on the right as well. We're looking too much at the thing, aren't we? Let's look a bit more that way though. So I don't think the camera can pick up the red dots, but all I can see is just a sea of red dots above this bridge. Oh, do we need to come out? Are we alright? Oh, we're alright. 4 till 7 PM. It's fine. What's that car doing? Bit of weave in there. I'm really not overly familiar with this road, and it is pitch black and it's very uneven. Oh, this used to be a bus depot, I think. Now it's self-storage. I think it was Maine's Coaches. Even saw my late shift review. I actually did it in the car, and I was driving around Manchester pretending it was London, and actually drove around this area. But that was when the late shift come out, which is a really good FMV game, to be fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can you see them lights? Yeah, you can just about make them out. The lights, they're, where's the camera? They're there. Those lights there are all cranes. There's even more that I don't think you can see behind that billboard. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's over 20 lights I can see, so that's at least 10 cranes, I would have thought. So we're heading now onto the Mancunian Way, which is the inner ring road. Not to be confused with the M60, which is the outer ring road. This is where I did a lot of the review for the lake shift. Imagine it's about a year ago now, if not more. So there used to be loads of flats on under this bridge, but they've gone by the looks of things. And there's still some in the distance there. There are more houses though. Again, look at all these cranes. Jesus. As you get past these lights, you might be to seem slightly better. Right, everyone's going really slow. Why would they go in slowly when it's 50 miles an hour? So there's cranes to the right, and then loads of cranes straight ahead. I mean, loads of cranes straight ahead. Right, here we go. Yeah, I feel better when I'm being overtaken. Just cranes to the right, there's cranes to the left as well. Literally, there's just cranes everywhere. I think you're crazy like me. Does that make me a fool? I like to think that you're lonely like me. I could be lonely with you. Like cranes everywhere. Oh no, actually, to be fair, some of the lights at the tops of buildings, because they're getting that high now, they have to put lights on the tops of the buildings. Now this is where I'm going to go very quiet because I need to concentrate and figure out which. Exactly sure where we're going. M56, don't want to go to the M56, so we'll carry straight on. Oh, sorry mate. Feel a bit bad there. Oh, we're down to 40 now. Oh, poo! Poo, I hate this. I hate this. I didn't see that before. So we're going to go in here, mate. We're not going anywhere else. We're not pushing any further ahead. He's letting me in. That's good. Thank you. I'll give him a double flash of my hazards when I'm in place. There you go. And the NJ behind me carries on down. So the traffic is still bad here, even though it is 10:45 at night. But it's not just on this road, it's on that road as well, which is going off in a different direction. It's not good, is it? I should put some petrol in before I set off. I was on red before I got some petrol, so this would have been a nightmare. Anyway, I get to look at the back of a nice white van. See the row of cars all the way down there. Oh, there goes another KJ and another one. See, as soon as I noticed the sign and the fact that the road was closing, I slowed down, slowed the cars up behind me, and I pulled in when it was safe to do so. But they're just ramming it down there because they're more important than the rest of us. Oh, now someone's pulling out of the thing behind us, so this makes this guy a super KJ. Here comes another one. Going a bit slower this one, to be fair. Angry BMW driver. Let's identify the cars. That'll be fun, won't it? Identify the cars as they go past. I imagine most of them will be Land Rovers, BMWs or Audis. I generally thought it would be a lot quieter than this at this time of night. Here comes our first... Oh, it was a Golf. To be fair, I nearly said Golf, because they're KJs as well. And this one is another Golf. Damn you. Damn you, Volkswagen. Of course, all bets are off once you get past the 200 metre mark. Another one's coming. This is going to be... Oh, it's a van, by the looks of things. No, it's not, it's a taxi. You should know better. Next up is going quite slowly, to be fair. No, it's a Vauxhall. Never trust anyone in a Vauxhall. Don't ask what car I'm in. Okay. So next up, again going quite slowly, is... I don't know what that was actually. Might have been a Toyota. Then another taxi. And another Vauxhall. So not a single BMW or anything. No, someone says something then. What do you say? Have a look. No, I can't see it. Oh, another Golf. These are my people, these are my friends. I like that, I think you're crazy like me. Does that make me a fool? Wow, that's bright. Can you read that sign? It's burning my retina. Right, we've got the 100-yard sign here now. So who's going to go past there? Oh, hooray, at last, BMW. Hurrah! It's a BMW. Next up is an Audi. Ha! Bring on Christmas, bring on markets. Okay. What I should have done is just stayed in that lane and just gone parallel with this white van, and then no one could have got past, and then we'd have all got through quicker, except for the speed freaks who think they're more important than anyone else. Unfortunately, they're going to be dealing with me soon. It's not going to end well, is it? Big on family, big on Christmas, Manchester. Oh, we got another one. Oh yeah. Oh Jesus, my eyes. God, that's bright. That was a Volkswagen. No, a Vauxhall. Sorry. I don't know which one it was. They all look the same to me. And here we go. What's this one? We've not had a Range Rover yet. I'm a bit upset by that. Taxi, another taxi. To be fair, it's their living. I'll give them this. Oh, here comes another one. Could be very fast with a broken headlight. This could be interesting. I think it's a Mercedes. Now we're in a tunnel. You can tell we're in a tunnel. What's that one? That's a Vauxhall. Okay, Vauxhall seems to be the worst drivers, and the Golfs. What's this one? This one looks posh. That's an Audi. This one is a Vauxhall. Should do that as a drinking game, shouldn't I? For you guys, not for me, obviously. Every time an Audi or a BMW goes past, you have a shot. You notice I've moved out. The van's moving out as well, which is good. Because it's not just me, there's a few of us moving out. I do this a lot, and then everyone behind me gets the kahunas to do the same thing, which is always cool. There's no car getting down here now. Again, we're in a tunnel. How white does that van look on the picture, where it's not very white at all here. Oh, everyone's pulling out now behind me. This is brilliant. I've just started a complete craze of people pulling out. Oh, that's brilliant. Look at the way we're blocking the road now, and I don't think you can see behind me. Well, you can't see me behind me, but literally about 12 cars behind me have all pulled out into the second lane to not let anyone pass because I moved out first. Manchester, you can thank me later. I did this in coming home from, where was it? York, I think it was. But I think I've been to Newcastle. It wasn't when I did the York Let's Visit, when I did the Newcastle Let's Visit. And it was in the countryside, and it was really hot, and there was a line of traffic. And I pulled out and stopped the cars, and they were honking their horns and effing and jeffing. And I'm like, no, you know, and then they let me in, and we all got going. And a bus driver must have noticed me do it, because the next time we come to a set of roadworks, he did exactly the same thing. And he pulled up next to me and waved at me, and I put my thumb up at him. It was quite a moment. So yes. Anyway, you can put your shots away now. There ain't no one getting past us now. Literally, all the cars behind me, for about 6 cars, are all straddling the central line. Oh God. So the queue for the cars now is stretching quite a long way back. The ones trying to push in, they're not getting anywhere now. We're losing people. These are the worst drivers, people who think they can get further. I did it, I didn't film it, but I did it on the motorway. And basically like this here now, where you can see the cones. They were coming in, and it had gone from 4 lanes to 1 lane, and we'd all been in a queue for about 15 minutes. And this Articulated lorry tried to push in front of me, and I'm like, if you see my car, mate, if you hit it, you're by me and new one. So I wouldn't let him in. He was furious. He was honking his horn, he was flashing his lights, and I'm like, no, everyone else is queuing up. There's no one gone past me for 1/4 of a mile. And just because I get to the cones, he turns up. But the BMW behind me, let him in. Well, I think he was having a laugh anyway, what was going on. Alright, this might be why there was roadworks trouble on the other side as well. What's that building on the left? It's very blue, isn't it? It's part of the university, I assume. Oh no, select vehicles limited. LED lighting. So it's like an office. It's bizarre. How do you get in it? Don't know. Nobody knows. Can you imagine doing this in the rush hour? Good God, that'd be a nightmare. Are we letting him in one at a time? Come on, I'll let him in. He waved a little bit. I'll let him off. To be fair, they're coming from that side. Another one's trying to get in front of me. You can bugger off, mate. You ain't going anywhere. Right. Preston M61. Left. Okay. We want to go left. might not make it before the shop opens tomorrow. Although it looks like we've got through the worst of it now. It's supposed to be making the road wider. I don't see... Oh yeah, there's an extra lane on the left. You can see the dark tarmac. So we've obviously made that a little bit wider. And obviously while the roadworks are on, it's going to be narrower. And the cars on the right are fine, by the way. They are turning right. So that's okay. Don't have an issue with that. That's where the old Coronation Street used to be. Down there. It's on green, mate. You can go. But you can't go into the checkered area. There is a checkered area. There is a checkered area, so we can't go into that unless our exit is clear, and at this moment in time it is not. This is what you call temporary traffic lights. Have you seen what they're in? They're in little look like Lego bricks. Oops. Exit will clear before anyone comes round, so we're alright. There we go. That's a weird noise. Casino. I'm sure there's a McDonald's around here again, but I'm not exactly sure where it is. More roadworks. There's a Sainsbury on the right, or there used to be anyway. No, there still isn't. This is now Regent Road. And oh my god, this is even worse than I thought. There's Sainsbury's on the right. Don't know whether you saw the sign on it. I would let him in, but I can't be bothered. There's a youth. What he's doing walking, he's not actually a youth, he's a bloke, but I don't know what he's doing walking on that central reservation part. Right. I'm at the end of Regent's Road. They're turning right. I don't necessarily want to turn right, so I'll keep going straight on. Oh, end of the roadworks. Hurrah! I might get home before Christmas after all. I'm completely on my own now. There's no cars behind me, and the nearest car in front of me is quite a way away. So that's quite strange. Oh, cousins. Seen the adverts on the telly, didn't know where they were. There they go. Right, this is the roundabout with a church tower, but no church. To the left of it, you won't see it because of the fact it's night time. But again, see, taking it nice and slow, no rushing, and we just catch up with everyone else anyway. That feels very weird. Come on, we need to go a bit faster than this, mate. These lights are going to change. Come on, come on, come on. You're on a motorway. You just did it. It's a motorway. You go over 30 mile an hour on a motorway, mate. Now, this motorway is pretty cool because it's actually got a railway line running next to it. You know, where you can make out the electric gantries and all that. But it's quite cool when there's a train going at full pelt and you drive along next to it. Not race it, obviously, because that would be dangerous. Now, this is the M601, but I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me on that. M62 closed, junction 12 to junction 10. I don't know what that means, so I might jump on the M60, which we must cross at some point. Bear in mind, I'm only doing 55 mile an hour on this motorway, and that car that was going very slowly, I can't even see behind me now. I don't know why we're going so slow, to be fair, but anyway. When in Rome. So what do we get here? We get M602, that's what we're on. Eccles, don't want to come off at Eccles. named after the dog on Coronation Street. Fact. I've got to do a let's visit and come up with that one. Eccles, named after the dog in Coronation Street. That's what speed we should be doing. Everyone seems to be quite happy toodling along though, apart from that one guy. Oh, now we're down to 50. We're doing 50 anyway, so. Folkestone Road. Right, so he's going to Eccles. He'll probably overtake me now. There you go. She probably overtake me in a Nissan. Oh, he's going even faster. 40. So we're all slowing down. Expensive to maintain. Oh, it does look very cool. Right, now we've got 2 lanes closed and we've got 2 idiots coming down at 100 miles an hour. They cannot drive underneath those signs. If they do, they are breaking the law. In fact, we're nearly breaking the law. The car in front of me is breaking the law, and the car in front of him is breaking the law. So that's a super KJ. There's still one out there who's in the middle lane. Amazes me, the ignorance of people. Self-importance. Oh, there's one coming down here now. In the middle lane, which he's not meant to be in. Now I pulled him behind me. We want to go on the M60, so that's good. We'll go on the M60. Speed cameras. We can now do 50 miles an hour. It's a good call from the car in front, just putting his main beams on just to see where the road's gone. Pretty sure at the first opportunity this car, which is trying to park in my exhaust, is going to go flying past. Now we need to go clockwise or anti-clockwise. Oh. To be fair, I don't know whether I'm going the right way or the wrong way now, but I'm going to go on this road and just see where it takes us. I think that actually this is the right way. Yeah, Ring Road North. Should say C or A. C for clockwise, A for anti-clockwise. Just driven over it. This is quite a long corner. Actually, I think this could be the junction that I talk about when I say about the in the older days, you come off here, I think it was a bit further across, and if you didn't get on the motorway quick, you literally got put in a wall. Might be this junction, but one of them literally, it was like a slip road wall. That were it. There was no other choice. You either got on the carriageway or you ended up with a very shortened front of the car. At least the lights are on now, which is good. It's the first time I've driven on this part of the motorway with the lights on. Last time I come along here, it was still the roadworks. making it into a smart motorway. So everything's hunky-dory. Got an angry BMW driver there in his estate. Figure they're going to do something really stupid really soon. Just a feeling I've got. He can, if he's coming on the same motorway as us, he can stay in that lane. There is a filter. Now he's going for it, and he's going to pull in front of this car in front, is he? Massive turn of acceleration there though, but no, he didn't. He's just staying in that lane, which is what I would have done. Now going over the East Lancs, the A580. Manchester to Liverpool, the main carriageway before they built the M62. So I'm not overly impressed with the speed we're doing. We're doing 50 mile an hour now. No need for going so slow. Missed it. There's a massive line of cars behind me because this one car would have now pulled out in front of me anyway. Oh, if you're on a motorway, you don't do 50 miles an hour. Unless everyone else is doing 50 miles an hour because there's an incident or a speed restriction. You can tell this is an old motorway because it's all the lights are orange. But here we go, Ridge Racer. If like me you had a preference to Ridge Racer, Ridge Racer. Oh, that man's just pulled off onto the our shoulder. They're going so slow here. So we're now on the M61. I'm not exactly sure how, why, or when. Just go with it anyway. A very pleasant 70 miles an hour. 11 miles to Wigan. Again, I always get overexcited about this bridge with the bus shelter on it, but it baffles me. It really does. The amount of paperwork they would have had to do to put a bus shelter on a bridge when the bus shelter's that close to the edge of the bridge that they could have moved it 20 yards and put it on solid ground. It's not for a while yet though. Like that you think I'm crazy, you're crazy like me. Maybe that makes me a fool. Like that you think you're only like me. Like journey with you. Please bear in mind, doing 70 miles an hour. I know it's not as important on a motorway and everyone's speeds, but you know. 2.5 degrees, and the little symbol for ice is still on there. This car's coming off here because he's definitely slowed down. Oh no, okay, he's definitely accelerated. Oh God. These are my people, these are my friends. I like that, I think I'm crazy like you. Does that make me a fool? Right then. So doing a nice steady 70. Here's our bus shelter, girls and boys. On the right, just while that car's going over the bridge. That other car's going over the bridge. There's the bus shelter for no reason. On the bridge. Insane. Oh man, I don't think I've ever seen anyone stood there. So it's gone very, very dark. Very, very dark. Coming up to our junction. Since I've already took a detour through Manchester, I'll take the normal route back, past those terraced houses that I don't know why anyone lives there. Because it can't be pleasant living there. All the cars and lorries and everything going past 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I know you blot it out. I live in a road where buses go past and I never hear a bus go past because your brain blots it out, but still. So doing a nice 70. We're coming up to the 300, 200 and 100 metre exit signs. Someone's pushing in there again. Another guy. I'm doing 70. What are they doing? This car looks like it's one of these cars that's going to slow right down very, very quickly indeed without any warning. Technically we're still doing 70, so I'm happy. No, very good actually. I'm impressed. Because naturally slows down to 40 mile an hour around here, which is the maximum speed limit and probably the maximum you could handle that corner as well, to be fair. Wow, just pull in front of me, mate, why don't you? Perfectly fine. KJ. Get up before the bus. It's miles away the bus, so we're alright. Didn't get you very far, did it, eh? Oh, this could be interesting with these traffic lights. It's going to let some of us through, but not all of us through. It's not going to let any of us through. There you go. Oh, look at that, they pushed in and I'm going to end up next to them. Well done, just point to the camera. Oh. Right, so we're going past the shop where I used to get my Christmas trees from. It's actually a farm, not a shop. I'm doing 35, it's a 40, but I'll go with that. See if he slows down any for this here. If anything, he's going faster now. He's going to brake, or is he going to set the trigger off for that light round the corner? I'm slowing down, and he set the trigger off for the light. Now he's braking, brilliant, mate. A bit late, isn't it? These houses, to which I was referring to before. The only thing I can think is that there was a big farm around here and these were cottages built for him, because there's no industrial... Well, there could have been, to be fair, there could have been a pit round here. Because Wigan was a massive mining area. When I moved to Wigan, all the mines were shut and been demolished, so I don't know where many of them were or are. So have to wait and see on that one. Not that we wait and see anything, but still. Car's off the road, that's good. Well done. That car's not off the road though. What the hell? Double yellow lines. They're there for a reason. Quite like these bungalows on the left. They're quite nice. Even though it's the same road, they're set back and a bit higher up. So apart from lorries, you wouldn't really see the traffic when you're sat in your living room. Because you're higher up, you wouldn't necessarily hear it as much either. Right, speeder seems to have slowed down. I'm doing 30, so they're obviously doing 30 as well, because the gap is not getting any closer or further away. Roundabout. Is that right today though? Been caught by some cars behind me who are obviously hammering it, because we were the only cars to go through them traffic lights earlier. And these cars have already now passed the roundabout, getting on me. Christmas tree on the right is always there. Oh, so our speeder is turning right, although they did slow down a little bit. So we've now got a new car which is exactly the same distance away as the last car. Let's see if that remains. I'll keep at 30 and see if they disappear. To be fair, they seem to be going very similar speed to me. Turn your lights off, mate. Jesus. Braking for a corner? Really? When you're going as slow as we are, you don't need to brake for that corner. Distance is still similar. Although he kicked the speeding light off, which is on our right. I remind you that it's 30 mile an hour around here. Right, was coming to Wigan. Tell it's Christmas with all the little Christmas lights on and some of the houses. I tried it once, but it looked crap on my house. Very slow going over the Humpback Bridge. Okay. You go faster over the Humpback Bridge if you've got someone in the back of the car, especially if they don't feel so good. Oh yeah. Hold on to your tummies. Woo! This pub on the right as well, it's always shut. 25 past 10. But I might not get through these lights. Depends if there's anyone coming from the left. Trigger the change, which there isn't, so I got through. More Crimball lights. More Crimball lights. We'll do shots for Crimball lights, but we'll only do shots for blue Crimball lights. Because the big question is, where's the blue come from? They're blue. That's one shot. They're blue and white, but they're still blue. Two shots. They're multicoloured. You can get away with that one. Where the hill naturally slows you down to 30 if you were speeding. You have to actually accelerate to get up the hill if you're doing 30. Quite a steep hill. White lights, so they're okay. Discount petrol stations. Multicoloured again, you're alright with them. There are white lights in that house there, so that's fine. Uh-oh. Left hand side. There's definitely some blue going on. Get yourself another shot. Uh-oh. On the right hand side. Some blue going on. Uh-oh. More blue on the top. That's 3 shots there altogether. Oh, I didn't get through the lights. But we still maintain the gap, so that's pretty cool. Little Christmas tree. To be fair, that's quite a new one. I've not seen that one very often. I don't remember it being there before. I'm not saying it wasn't there before, I just don't remember it being there before. Anyway, we're nearly at our journey's end, which is the majestic Tesco Extra of Wigan, as featured in the Christmas ads about 4 or 5 years ago, where the whole of the front of the shop was lit up with a big Christmas scene thing. If you remember that one, I don't know what you're doing now. It was probably longer than 4 or 5 years ago. So, oh, and our car got through the traffic lights as well, which is annoying. So I'll probably be doing a bit of streaming in a bit online. On the PlayStation. I've got some filming I need to do for another serious news item. John's already done his outside broadcast, just need John to do his... no, I mean, John's live outside waiting for John to throw to him. God, I'll have to delete that bit in case people think I was telling the truth then. Hyperventilating. So 1 hour and 5 minutes. Bearing in mind we went through those roadworks and we were stuck there for at least about 15 minutes, I would have said. Not made bad time compared to 40 minutes when I go along the motorway all the way. And I've driven through the centre of Manchester this time and it's only took an extra 10 minutes. Pretty good going. It's a lovely couple walking home after doing their shopping. Say hello to the fabulous rugby ball, which is there, celebrating the fact that it is the site of Wigan Rugby Ground's first, well not first, but home for many, many years. Oh, we've got out of focus. Whoa, that was a bit weird. Oh, we've got out of focus now. We haven't got out of focus all the way around. So I don't know who's still watching, if anyone's still watching. But thank you for watching on my entertaining drive with the KJs knocking around. Quite a few of them tonight. Always is though. So yeah, I'm going to do some shopping and then I may well be streaming some games online on the PS4. Oh, Toff's still here. Almost at 10 o'clock. Taxis are the worst drivers. Do you know Rockery Wood Carvering crew? No, I don't, Snip. I want to join your stream someday. I can have two people on the same stream. Why didn't you say it was me that unliked the video the other day? I don't know what that means, Josh. I think I read everything else. So yeah, brilliant. So yeah, thanks a lot, and I will see you again later. Remember, subscribe if you haven't already. Although to be fair, you wouldn't be watching this unless you unless you had subscribed. I don't know what it means. Yeah, it's not goodbye. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so see you later. Bye, bye, bye.